Are we moving?
So beautiful.
Are we moving?
So weird. The effect's not quite the same on film. So we're on our way in a snowstorm to go try to find someone that's lost in the woods. You'll say a prayer.
Just
this one. We'll read the passage from Psalm 91 tonight. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him I will trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall be no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shall thou trample under feet. Because He hath set His love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. And we'll pray. Father, thank you for returning us home safely again, for another just another safe track. We thank you for that. We thank you for this channel. We thank you for the viewers. We thank you for our tracking team. And we just love you, Lord. We thank you for your protection in all things. In Jesus' name, amen. I am Lead Tracker E, and this is Jerry Williams, also known as Lead Horse Choctaw. We have 4 Facebook channels: the Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch, Antlers and Surrounding Areas, the Choctaw Missing and Murdered Woman, WOMBMAN, and Son. Invite you to subscribe to that channel as well. We put things on there that go along with this channel. Each channel is slightly different, and it will also be our backup channel should something happen to this one. We have a book by the same name. It's The Predator Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warrior's Path. And it's $25 on Amazon, or you can order it from us directly. And right now we have a sale going on, a 2-for-1 end of summer sale. You can get the autograph book if you order from us, and the Bigfoot DVD, which is only available through us. You can get both for $55.
Normally, the Bigfoot documentary is $55 by itself, but you have the opportunity to get the book and the DVD for one price, and
that includes shipping, which actually, by the time it's all said and done, costs us about $11 if you include the packaging and the mailing. So
you're actually getting
less than half price.
Really good deal. Really good deal on that. Also, we have a web page now. You can go to it at predatorbigfoot.com and you will come to our new
Website page.
website page. Couldn't think of the word.
We're
It's
very,
that
very
new.
grateful
It's that new.
to the individual that developed that website for us.
We're very appreciative of that.
Very much so. They did a beautiful job on it. We'll
Very-
be adding to that as time allows.
Very good person. We also have
The tracking miracles and encounters, which we really need to get back to that. That's on the Lead Tracker E channel.
well, we just did one.
Yeah,
With no, that's Tracking Miracles and
right,
I'm
right.
sorry,
That
I'm
was
sorry.
the Standing Feather stories.
And we do have a couple of people who
We have some stories that we're getting ready, but it's just been a matter of time.
Mhm.
And then we have the Standing Feather stories, which we just had one the other night, and we thank all of you who joined us for that. That was a very good show, and we thank you for Tanya, who interpreted for us for the Spanish viewing audience, and a special thank you and gracias to our Spanish viewing audience as well.
I feel like we're leaning.
We might be.
be.
The table's just raised up a little. It's okay.
Okay. Maybe put something a little higher. Just a tad.
Under that side.
And don't just leave. Yeah. Oh well. Close enough. Close enough.
Okay.
Hair sticker. If you'd like to become a Patreon member, help support the Tracker channel, you can be a Patreon member where you get the exclusive and the up front or the before news. Also, Cash App and PayPal. And tonight we also have the what's it called? Super Chat and Super Thanks. That's been very helpful, and we've been able to get a lot of things done with your support. We also have computer's messing up a little bit, but we'll work through that. But everything goes to fuel, food, and needed supplies, and everything is appreciated. We got a couple of things that I think Wednesday we got to be in another place. It's not far though, but we're gonna go and help do some more deterring in another residence, and you're going to be able to see all that. Also, we will be reporting on that and what we did and what we're doing. It's not going to be a one-time thing that it's just going to go away. Even here, we have to keep up with our deterrence daily, weekly, and from time to time, we have to push back even harder, which the predators around this area, they know that we are quick to pull the trigger. So when we go out and we do things, they give us room, and they don't try to cause any things like throwing rocks or making whoops or tree knocks. They don't want to do that around us, but they do it around other people. We've got a lot of reports on that. There's even people who encourage that at these Bigfoot festivals that are coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And we may touch on that tonight.
We sure will.
But everything is appreciated. We also have our warrior tracking training course coming up on August the 21st, and that's $40 a month. It's for 4 months this time. We're going to compact it, push it in, and get some more trackers trained as quickly as possible. And then you will have your own tracker team, your own tracker team. Right now we have the Tracker Team Warriors. But the next class will have another name, but we will merge sooner. But you'll still be a part of that team. You'll have your own meetings and everything. but when we come together, we'll all come together. Again, this is a tracker channel. This is where we share information with our trackers, just like we're doing tonight. It's not an open forum where a lot of chit chat goes on. We do discourage that, and we do have monitors to monitor that so that nothing gets out of hand. We want people to understand that if you're going to be here with us, we're talking to the trackers. We're talking to our trackers. We're talking to other trackers out in the field in other states and other places. But we want to make sure they know what we're doing. And if we have more lessons or interviews, this is for the trackers so that they get the important information. But viewers are welcome. And we have a lot of friends who are viewers. We even get word from time to time that some of the viewers will tell us that they never miss a stream. They're always waiting for us to put something up, which we try to do 3 to 4 times a week when we're not in the field or on some other mission. But this is a tracker channel. It's not an entertainment channel. So monitors, you know what to do, and we will check the comments and right after this, and sometimes in the middle, which we may do tonight, and we always do at the end. If you have comments or questions related to the topic of what we're talking about, we will answer those. We like to stay focused, so we don't want to jump around and talk about other things. Let's talk about what we're talking about tonight.
Because our primary goal is teaching people to be safe. And so we don't want anybody to miss crucial information that they're going to need because they've been distracted by side conversations. That's why we run our chat in that manner.
So don't forget that on August 21st, if you do, or if you are going to be in the tracker training new course, 3 ways to qualify. The child of God, you're a child of God. We know you personally, or you can be vouched for by someone that we know. 3 easy ways to do that. It's only because we want a certain caliber, a certain quality of people, like our trackers that we have from the last course. Most of you know them, but they're out there right now helping a lot of people with the information that they have. And we also want people to follow through. It's only 4 months, 4 times a month, or every 1 time a week. So 4, and sometimes the months have 5 weeks. So, but every week we're going to have a training course, and they're all very important. And if you've been in these courses with us, then you understand it's a higher intelligent level than you're going to find anywhere else. We explain the Fibonacci sequence, hieroglyphs, tracking. It's just a multitude of different categories, but we explain each one so that you know what you're talking about, and that when you go out, you have your voice of authority because you can answer questions that no one else can. So that is coming up August 21st. It's coming on pretty quick. So
class is 2 to 3 hours, and there will be some homework and some independent study on your own, but it's absolutely doable.
And we do recommend that you do get the Predator, Bigfoot, and the Spiritual Warrior's Path. As you can see on the side, it says class. We go through this book, and you'll see how important it is. And if you can get that book before the class starts, and most people I think that are going to be in the course already have the book and have the DVD. So,
and it's not limited to what is in this book. We teach a lot of other things within the course as well, but this is crucial to the class.
Yeah, I even like, I even like doing things like this. if you're in the course or if you've taken the course, you know exactly what that means. And you know what goes where and how to break everything down. That's part of the Fibonacci sequence. And we go through the symbols. We go through the Bible symbols, the things that are in the Bible that a lot of people don't know about, but it's all related. It's all connected. So we're going to go over that in the new tracker training course on August 21st. It starts. So be prepared. Get ready. Take plenty of notes. We got some trackers that got 2 books full of notes and information, and that's just priceless information that you won't find anywhere else.
And the videos don't stay up very long in StreamYard. We thought that they would stay in there longer than they do, but many of the classes that we already have done have already been deleted, not by us. So that's why your notes will also be very important if you take this course.
And for the final test, and we're going to have a test every week to make sure that you know everything that we studied. We're going to have a quick test, and we're going to proceed. If we don't pass that test, we're going to go over it, find out what you're having problems on, and then we move on. We're not going to leave anyone behind. We want to make sure, and just like out in the field, we want to make sure that you know the hand signals, what everything means and what we do out there, so that when we're together, that we're going to communicate without speaking. We don't want to talk out there.
We also want you to know that even if you have physical limitations that keep you from physically going out there and tracking, you can still keep an eye on your property.
Mm-hmm.
There's urban tracking, drive-by tracking. We'll teach you how to do that. Behind dumpsters, behind restaurants, recreation areas, things like that. There's still a lot you can do to help the tracking team, even if you can't physically get out there and walk through the woods. There are still plenty of ways that you can be of value, and this knowledge will be of value to you, and you will be able to teach others.
Yeah, the knowledge alone is priceless.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get to the comments and say hello to everybody.
Okay.
And okay, let's see who's all here tonight. And we do apologize a little bit about being so late tonight. We had some things to do, and then
spur of the moment,
we said, well, let's get it up, show everybody what we are doing so that our trackers understand, and we're even going to talk about some mistakes. So I don't say that often. War Chief is here. All right. Say hello, Halito, Oyase, and Ola, Lead Horse Choctaw, Lead Tracker E, Warrior, Trackers, and Friends. All right. Covering everybody. Cuban there says the same thing, and he also put newcomers and warriors. All right. We do have some new people, and we're very happy to have you here.
We sure are.
Cubanator. Lead Tracker E is here. She's talking about the Bible verse, Psalms 91, which is a good one because when you count on God, you're okay. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Cubanator is not sure how long he'll be in with the overcast. Maybe the reception is bad. Is this a new name?
Get his mom out in the sun. They
Jamie
haven't
G.
seen sun in a while.
Jamie, are you the one? Yeah, from Michigan. All right, nice to meet you. You seem like a very good person.
I like that text on your name. I don't know how you did it, but it's cool.
Yeah, I don't know how you did that. But we appreciate you being here and keeping up. We read your comments from time to time. We know who you are. You're a good person, and we'd just like to welcome you. Let's see. Cubanator's taking care of his mother. That's
she
good.
needs some sunshine.
All right.
Cuba's in Australia. Harp and Blues. I like that name.
Harp and
Ross.
Blues.
Hey.
All right.
Glad you're here.
I'm trying to
Glad
think
you're
of the
here.
last
Harp
name.
and Blues, Ross. It's on, and we haven't had a chance yet to listen to your recording. I hope you got the message that
Okay.
we want to be able to watch it uninterrupted, undistracted. You know, when we can focus on listening to it. So we will be listening to it.
Is that with a interview with someone else, or is it a message?
I haven't listened to the recordings yet. I
Oh,
think it's his
okay.
voice recordings.
Oh, okay,
His-
okay.
I think he's retelling the story to us. I think, but I haven't listened to him because
Okay.
I wanted to wait till we could both do it and focus.
Yeah, because like even today we had some recordings that we had to listen to, and there was a lot there, and that took a lot of time. And that's kind of, you know, we have that during every day. We've got information coming in,
And we love it.
We love it. And also our trackers know that when we have a tracker meeting, which we have one tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Time Zone, and that's where we share all this information with our trackers.
That's a private tracker meeting.
Private tracker meeting. And the new tracker group, your meetings are going to be private also. So everyone say hello to Harp and Blues.
Yeah, I like that name.
Harp and Blues. Wedge
is here. Hey,
Wedge
Wedge.
is here. Where's Shade Viking? I haven't seen him in a while.
I don't know. He may pop in tonight.
Okay.
Night Stars is here.
Hey, Night Stars. All right. Good to see you in here as well. Laugh out loud. Oh, saying hello to Wedge. All right. Let's see.
Greetings and greetings.
Greetings, more greetings. Everybody saying hello to each other. That's
Good
great.
group tonight.
Night Stars.
Truth Walker's here.
Where's Truth?
A little further.
There's
Okay.
Truth Walker. How you doing, Truth Walker?
Bernard is here.
Hey, Bernard. Oh, wow. It's good to see you.
Good group of folks.
Good people. You can tell.
Cube's got to step out. Okay, y'all take care.
Okay. And it's daytime over there. It's not time here, but daytime over there.
Bernard says, Jerry, on one of your previous videos, you did that war cry. That was awesomely loud, brother.
I was going to.
It echoes.
I did one the other day, and I just barely
Short one.
short one here because I knew it'd probably blow up the speakers. But it gets, and my voice is still hoarse, and that was from the war games about 3 weeks ago, I think, and it's still
Did you
hoarse.
do some damage?
Oh, it was.
That's the only time you'll ever hear him getting loud.
Yeah.
Bernard
Try to
says,
be
hate to be
quiet.
on the receiving end of that in the woods. He's only done it once out there. After a 2-month stay at some property, pushing back in the woods, and then that was the final declaration.
That's
the
what we were
final
just going.
stand,
Come on
you
with
know.
it. Come on with
Not
it.
the same as we don't whoop,
No,
but that that had its purpose at that time. But thank you.
And there was the homeowner while we were up in the mountains just a little bit because they knew about the activity and they were outside and they were feeding the chickens when that war cry went off and they froze and were like and they went back inside the house. I don't know what that was, but I'm not going to be out there with it. Let's see. Harp and Blues. Hope I'm saying blues.
Harp and Blues.
Harp and Blues.
Think of it just harp and blues,
Oh,
like
Harp
music.
and Blues. Okay. Says love your Fibonacci post the other day on your Facebook.
Oh, good.
All
Good.
Right. Hey, the conch shell
And the
too.
conch shell, yep.
All right.
We've got one right there.
Where? Oh. And here's the conch shell given to me by the Mayan Council, Gustavo. Every time I see it, I want
Yeah.
to bear with me. It's been a while.
Maybe remove headphones.
Maybe remove your headphones, turn your volume down. That's what I do. My face always turns red when I do that.
That'd be good for your lungs.
But that is also, I don't have it here with me. Well, I do somewhere, but it's an eagle whistle. It's the eagle bone whistle that is used in ceremonies that you blow 4 times also, and that's to scare predators and scare the negative energies and dark spirits that may be around your ceremony. We use that eagle whistle to do that.
Same reason one would blow a shofar.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Night Stars. Oh,
Thank you, Night Stars.
thank you, Night Stars. That's so awesome.
She says the book is a must for the class.
The book is a must for the class because we do go through it. There's a lot of information in there that we want all the trackers to know. And people who do get that book, you'll understand once you get it and once you read. Just the other day, we were talking about how you could just open a book up anywhere and there's information that's going to catch your attention and just read it. And once you start, you're going to start flipping pages. So Junior is here. All right. Junior, I wanted to tell you, thank you. We used this the other night. We couldn't find our other one. And this came in
very handy.
Very handy. And this thing will work if we need to use it. But
it did leave a very I had it strapped on the back of my pants like a tail almost to keep it back there. And I had on light colored pants and it left a very unfortunate dark brown stain all the way down the back of my pants. And I hope can get out. If not, I'll just dye them. So it's okay. But I didn't even think of that when I did that.
and Junior has also sent us other supplies. He sent boots, jackets.
The bug spray ropes, that we used the other night.
Bug spray we used last night or the other night. We want to thank you again, Junior.
Yeah.
And also, Junior, that class is coming up also.
In your book and DVD should be there just any day.
Yeah, if you haven't gotten
he said he didn't get it today.
Okay. But it's on its way. It's been sent out. Also, if Jennifer gets in here, she too has her mail that's already sent out also. Everybody's saying hello to Junior. It's been a while, Junior. We're very glad you're here.
Harpin Blue says, of course, just showing my support, getting info. Glad to see y'all.
All right.
We're glad to see you too.
Yeah, we love good people. And Night Stars is doing good. That's good. Truthwalker, I'm sorry. And we're happy you're doing good.
And we hope your job is going great. We know they love you.
Everybody's saying hello.
We hope you love them as much as they love you.
Mm-hmm. And Graybeard is here. You know, I was going to send, because I send out the link to the trackers whenever we have live streams, just so that they know that we're about to go live, because sometimes it's quick. But I couldn't remember your email, but I wanted to add you to that so that all the trackers or anyone who is taking the course gets the personal announcement reminder.
Yeah, y'all check your alerts too, because a lot of times check your notifications, because they remove it. A lot of people don't get their notifications. Truthwalker says that conch got my cat's attention.
Everybody's saying hello again to each other.
There's
Jennifer. All right.
We knew you'd get here.
We knew you'd get here. And your package has already been sent out as well. Let's see. Night Stars is talking to Truthwalker, saying, Truthwalker is talking to Night Stars. Says, Night Stars, we need to get together again.
We agree.
Right, we agree. And she says, yeah.
We got adventures to do.
That's right.
And the weather will be getting cooler, so that'll help a lot too.
Everybody's saying hello.
Chiggers will be gone.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully the ticks.
I think I got one chigger.
I think I got one too, but that's not bad.
We've been
thanks to you, Junior, because we
sprayed
doused
down
with that stuff.
And we've been in I'm itching just thinking about it. We've been in we've been in some spots. Truthwalker says, "Hey,
They
All right.
do. They do. LTE. I've already been given keys to the store. All right. There you
all
go.
right, you're
They
doing
know a
so
trustworthy
good.
person when they see one.
And you are a trustworthy person."
Night Star says, I wonder if that random lady will come up on us and ask what we're taking pictures of again. LOL.
You know, when we was with Tracker L in Houston, we was looking at the bushes and the dark shadows, and there was a sign that said "Watch out for alligators" around this lake area. And so this guy, and we're looking for tracks, we're looking for discoloration, we're looking for shadows. And this guy comes up and he goes, "What are y'all looking for?" Because we was intensely looking at certain things. We said, "Alligators." And he goes, "Oh, well, there's no alligators around here." I'm like, "Okay, but there's a sign."
Which, for those of you that don't know, that's one of the things that they will blame predator Bigfoot attacks on, or hybrid attacks. Not that there aren't all these animal attacks also, but hogs, dogs, alligators, and bears are the four go-tos that they will try to blame the predator Bigfoot attacks on.
We had one game ranger tell one of our trackers that it was a 7-foot possum that was
looking in her daughter's window.
It was a 7-foot possum, and she said, "Are you seriously trying to tell me it's a 7-foot possum?" He goes, "Yeah,
Yes.
That's what I'm writing down. Instead of a cryptid or a walking wolf. One chigger is too many. It sure is. That one chigger sure has been that one bite.
We've had them sometimes so bad.
So bad. So bad.
Truthwalker says, Night Stars, that would be crazy cool.
I don't know if you two should be around too
Night Star
much.
says, no, not cool, LOL. I didn't trust her. Yeah.
Graybeard just said, alligators, bears, wild dogs, anything but unacknowledged critters.
Exactly.
Perfect. And Truthwalker saying, Night Stars, that's why I said crazy. Okay,
We're caught up.
So we're going to talk about this night walk, and we want our trackers to understand. Well, you already understand, but there's some other trackers that we see doing. Well, let's say other people. Let's not say trackers. There's other people out there, and I haven't watched any YouTube channels or anything like that because it just.
Not in a long time.
Yeah. I just can't watch it. I can't watch what they're doing out there. It's just, and some of our trackers will tell you they're screaming at the TV also and things like that. But they do things that we don't do. But there are a few things that we're going to cover tonight that we should have done. But this was a surprise track.
Yeah.
We got a call and said that there's some trackers in the area. First, they said they just wanted to come and visit.
Yeah.
But we know
better. We know we should have started charging then.
We started. We did charge a few things.
We knew they were on the way.
But we should have knew better because we did know, but we didn't know how. We was hoping to do it in the morning, but we know these other trackers, and they like to get the confirmations at night. So when they came in, they were sitting across from the table, and I was like, "Hey, how you doing? It's good to see you." And they're saying, "Hey, is that us?"
I don't know.
That's us. But we're sitting across from the table, and we just made some food for them, and we're sitting down. Or right before that, and the other tracker's looking at me, and he's smiling, and I was like, okay. And he goes, "So do you want to do some tracking?" And I'm going, "Yeah, we could do that." Well, it's like 8 o'clock at night, so, and we understand they like to do night tracking, so
we just don't recommend it.
Yeah, we don't recommend that for anybody.
But that's what they do. So if we're around and we can help them and we're with them, we will definitely provide support.
Give them backup and support so they can document what they need to get. Their channel does have a lot of information. Oklahoma Adventures
And Las Venturas
Venturas.
with Jose and Tanya
Marquez. Marquez.
Keep going.
And so we knew what was going to happen, so we went ahead and ate. We got some of our stuff ready. But some of the stuff I thought that was still charged, and like with the night vision, it's okay to go out there with not the best batteries in your night vision. The kind that we have, I had earlier, but I don't know. We put it
I
up.
put it up. Do you need it?
No. But you can use that night vision, and we'll cover that stuff in the course also. But it's okay to have a dim night vision light, because this also gives the predators a little bit of confidence to come closer. And then you use your IR light, and we also cover this in the tracking course. It has special batteries. You have to get a different charger for these. They're not just regular batteries that we have. But ours is broke, so I thought there was still enough charge on it. There was a little charge, but it's not a lot. You want this fully charged when you go out, because I could only get maybe another 50 yards, but when it's fully charged, you could get up to 200 extra yards, and it's bright and clear. So we do recommend that everyone, before you go out, which we covered this in the course, except we didn't do this tonight, and that's one of the mistakes that we made, because we did need more light out there with the IR. We did have big bright lights that the other trackers brought, but we like to go dim and stay dim as much as possible. But we do have our headlamps that are big spotlights, and we use the dim ones just to get them to come in a little closer so that we can hit them with the big lights afterwards and record, and if need be, put them down. So that was one of the mistakes that we did make. Make sure these batteries are fully charged in your IR light, especially because this will give you another 200 yards of vision at night, and you really need that. So we had dinner, and we all geared up, and we're getting ready. We're always ready except for that battery right there, of course. And we had to drive a little ways to get to this spot. It's a known fishing spot. I think in the video you see a canoe. It's a landing area, but it's also a local area. It's not a public area. But we do know that in these areas there are ambush areas, and they do set up ambush blinds for even the local people. And we've been like at the ice hole and every place like that, where big corrals, caves have been made. We always find bones in those areas. So we knew that this place was going to be a dangerous area. And we're also going to quickly show you a couple of predators that we caught in this area on a previous track. And most of you have seen these photos, but we're going to show you again real fast. Oh, okay, go ahead.
And we want to show you, these are some illustrations that were actually supposed to all be in our book. And then somehow the book came out. We got to look and we're like, hey, what happened to the illustrations? But anyway, for those of you that don't know, we're going to show you real quick. When we talk about a pull down, when we're looking through these, we want, through the film, we want you to look for things like this. This is a pull down. That's what we call it. It's usually the first step in the predator Bigfoot's making a blind. They can occur naturally, or they will pull them down, and they're going to use it if it's there, or they'll create it if it's not. And they'll start weaving in other branches and things just to build a blind. On this one, we have the breaks, which are the snapped off trees. On this side, the snapped off trees. And then that is a twist. We call those twists, which look like this. You're looking for twisted branches like that. It's
Twisted.
another, right? This is not a natural occurrence.
It's not just a bend, it's a twist of hardwood.
We're looking for corrals. You get out in the woods and suddenly you're just kind of blocked in on all sides. This is all part of an elaborate hunting system. You'll learn that in the book too. They're corral. You know what corrals are for.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking for branches that have, say you got a little group of cedars, but then there's some oak limbs mixed right in, or, you know, different varieties that, where'd that branch come from? It's not even part of this little tree stand. We're looking for embankment blinds, which are near ravines and rivers, creeks, things like that, or creeks. We got to close it up.
They can be big and they can be small. They can be small.
Yeah.
Branches even that cross.
We call the trees that are pushed over the ravines, they're either pushed over or they're carried in and placed over, or they will naturally fall. But on the foliage end is a good spot for blind, and on the root end is where they will dig the embankment blinds. That's also in our DVD and in our book.
Mm-hmm.
Those are danger spots. Those are ambush areas. We want you to know, this is why we tell you to get used to, some of these are illustrations for another book that's coming out, a smaller book, but more like a handbook. You need to know your trees, even in your yard, because if you look out there one day and it's a fat tree or there's a shadow where it doesn't belong, this is how the predators will stand. And if you get to know your property well enough, you'll notice things like this. You won't be as easy of prey. We look for different weapons while we're out there. They do use clubs. They use different tools. They use where'd it go? We call these land spikes. They'll place these land spikes, which are sharpened either naturally or by them picking at them. Tree stumps, root balls, things like that. They'll place them on the opposite side of logs or other obstructions. So that when the prey jumps over, it impales itself and leaves a blood scent, or it dies there.
And they'll also knock down trees and sharpen the branches that are naturally with that tree. They'll sharpen those points to catch something there or to catch something going on the other side.
We call these drop-in pops. They can also be placed on the other side. And they'll even place these around tires. You have to be careful. We've had them placed behind our tire. They can be sharpened sticks, bones, or stones. We've had them placed behind our back tire after we were already parked.
Also, they will put those on dirt roads and things that you're taking into the mountains to pop your tire while you're stranded out there.
Just another example of how, if you know the width of your tree, you're going to know if suddenly you've got a fat tree. Pay attention to that. This is a bow. I'm going to show you behind us. You see that? That's an extreme example of a small bow. When we say bow, arco, arches, hairpins, that's what we're talking about. If you're seeing a bunch of these in the area, that is not natural. You'll notice them, especially at the wood lines, at the corners of property, at the edges. If you start to clear property, they're going to put up another one. They do these for several reasons, but this is an indicator that you've got them in the area.
Remember, trees grow vertical, not horizontal, not bowed. That's abnormal. Trees grow vertical, straight up to the sun, and they'll follow the sun. They don't grow back to the ground.
This is an example of how the structures start getting built.
And if you see these, you have predators in your area.
So these are the things we want you to look for when we go through some of these photos.
Yeah, actually,
in the film,
you could use that from
the other
some of
night.
the photos.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to show you, this is the area that we're going. We want to show you, hopefully you can see that predator behind that tree. It's right there on the side there, about this high. You see the head and the outline and shoulder right behind the tree. This is the same area that we're going to scout, except we're going further than we did before because we needed to, and we still need to go further because there's more of that creek and river area, and there's houses on both sides. There's another bridge. We need to get over there also to see what's there. This is another group that we took out, good friends.
This is where this hat that says Bigfoot bait came from.
It's fluorescent, so you can be seen at nighttime too. So you are Bigfoot bait if you wear this hat.
Yeah.
You just shine all
And if
over
you
the
go
place.
out there at night, you're Bigfoot bait. And
Yeah.
if you're hooping and tree knocking, you're Bigfoot bait.
You sure are. And they're good friends. We love them. And we want to thank you for the gift of protection. And you'll see that protection that you gave us in the video before. We may be able to show you tonight also. But thank you again, Mike, Steve, Connie, and Michelle.
I'm not going to tell you next time.
Oh, he's wanted to say Sabrina. And that's the wife of another tracker that we have. Also, this is one of the predators that got surprised because we flashed our car lights, which set off the trail cam, catching this one that was next to the car. And if you was ever to blow that up, you'll see it's got a horn-looking head. It's bent over, thick, and it's got a kind of a pointed chin. And then you can, if you blew it up, you would see the eyes as well.
We don't put the circle for us. We put the circle for you just because it obviously makes it easier for people to see exactly the part that we're looking at.
And we're a fan of circles. So a lot of people who send us things, they don't need to show us because we're looking at different things. They miss other things, but if you want to send us things in circle, that's fine with us. We want to look at it.
We don't have a hang up about that at all.
No. The more you can pinpoint things, the better. The better for everybody. This is an example right here. This is a predator that's in this area. Big predator. That head is almost life size. I mean, as far as compared to mine. No, it's actually bigger than mine. And this is what we're talking about also with some circles here. That's a big face right there, the chin. You can see the two eyes and the nose. This is all in the area that we went tracking. This is also, and I don't even know what to call this one. And that's what we say, you name it, because there's so many different types of these cryptids.
That's one thing you'll learn in the book. There's the original predator Bigfoot, and then all the hybrids that have spawned off of it. And no two are going to look the same. They do not all look like Harry and the Hendersons. In fact, none of them look friendly and sweet like Harry and the Hendersons. That's the Hollywood version that will get people hurt.
And this one, it looked kind of like a bear, but it had eyes this big, but a real tall, slender body, and it was walking on 2 feet. Let me show you that again real fast.
There, about the time that you nail it down and name it something, there's going to be another mutation that comes along. So we just want you to get it in your head that they're all predators. Nickname them what you want, but they're all predators. None of them are your friend.
And we just did a stream on a turtle frog Batman.
Mm-hmm.
It had wings, the body of a frog, turtle, no, like a frog, skin of the frog with
just different qualities of it. It depends on what their previous generations have mated with
Mhm.
and what they have consumed. This is the binding DNA, and we talk about that in other live streams. Just know that it can pick up those qualities, and as it spawns different
Mhm.
creatures and hybrids, the qualities are going to change.
There's never going to be twins. They'll have multiple offspring, multiple pods. Every one of them is going to be different. This one could look like a deer, bear, pig. This one could look like a wolf, bird, snake. Some of them will have a big. Bigfoots do have beaks. Bigfoots. Some of them look like birds. Some of them look like a bird head with a snake body. So.
That's why you get descriptions like man, bear, pig,
Mhm.
dependent on, and some may look like all three, depending on which side of the face you see, or if it's full on.
And this part right here, if it's birther or a hatcher has eaten some parts of man, you're going to see this part looking like a man, but it'll be all hairy and furry here. Turn this way, it's going to look like something else. Look like something else, but looking straight on, people are going to say, well, they look kind of like human, but if it turned, then they're going to say, that look like a wolf, that look like a bear. Here's another one that was sighted in the area where we're tracking. It was hunched down. Now, there are some translucents also in this, off to the right side of that tree. You can see the two eyes really good.
In between the two trees.
Yeah. Looking around the tree. There's that big black one.
So it's in front of the boulder. This is why we teach about shadow language.
The big black one is. The translucent is on the right side.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one next to the boulder.
No.
In front of the boulder.
The big black one is right there, got his face between the two trees. The translucent is looking around that big tree, and you can see the two eyes if you look close. Small head, but there are a couple there. Also in this same area, let your eyes adjust. This one was sticking through the tree line. It looks like a dog, man, pig. No. Where? Here?
Wherever, so they can.
I put the vinaigrette around it. It's right in the very center. Can you point at it?
Around it?
Can you point at it?
No.
I can do it like this. But nobody can see it.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
it's behind there. And here's another one. And this was one of the other night tracks with the same team. This is the close-up of it. A side view of the face. But this head, it was the size of
Probably about 2 feet.
from the waist to about the chin. That head was about that big. About the size of a man's torso. That big, so the rest of it was even huger or even bigger. So those are the predators known. Those are the known predators in this area that we're tracking. We don't recommend night tracks to anybody unless you're a very experienced team and you have plenty of weapons. You have night vision, thermals, which we didn't even run thermals, but we should have because there was a lot of shadows that we seen later, a lot of eye shine. But I had too much. I had some weapons. I had night vision with me. Plus, I was leading the other trackers, so I forgot I even had it on me. But here we are. We're starting off from this track. And this is a thick area. You can see some of the pull downs a little further in off to the right. Can I get those?
Mm-hmm. This.
And this is what we're talking about as far as these pull downs. That's another tree that's a pull down. Here's one in the background. But those pull downs are these pull downs are used for blinds. And if you're using a flashlight or any kind of light and you hit any trees like that that's got the branches hanging down, and you're going to see in some of these photos that that light does not penetrate that. That's what that blind is for. They could be standing right behind it, but that light's going to hit those limbs and spread out. It's not going to penetrate, so you're not going to get a good eye view as far as trying to see what's behind it. We're walking down that rope or that vine. That vine was placed right there on that trail, and that can be used to, if you're running game through there, one of them's going to catch that and flip upwards, at least to slow it down or to wound it. We went a little bit further, and this is all in the same area. So this is a predator-occupied area. We knew that going in. And what we were doing. If you were watching on the stream beforehand, we mapped out everything of where we're going to go. We don't deviate from that plan. We go exactly where we're supposed to be going. We document what we need to document and get back out. We're not just out there walking around like you see on some of those other channels. Sometimes they only know where they're going and they get turned around also pretty easy because it's not a planned track. It's more like, let's get out there and go see what we can find. And that's very dangerous, not knowing the area.
And also, you were leading this track, and this is property that you ran through your entire childhood. Like, you know all these properties very well. So,
and it's good to have someone experienced, and it's always better to talk to the homeowner, the landowner. If you're going to do a track with them, get them to map everything out. The waterways, ravines, ponds, lakes, things like that, ambush areas. You want to know where all this is, and those are the places you need to go to find or document what you're looking for. So
where their deer feeder are,
deer feeders.
When people have deer feeders, there's going to be blinds nearby.
There always is. And so we're walking out, and we run. Here now to us, we call that it's a what we call a meat hook,
basically.
But they hang prey over those and drain the blood out of them. And a lot of places, if you ever heard of what they call slaughterhouses, that's where predators bring even people to these places, hang them over. Animals, it's all food, it's all meat for them. They could care less if it's a human or if it's a turtle. They're going to eat. But if you ever come up on one of these things in the trees, that is not the place that you want to be hanging out.
We also call them horizontals.
And horizontals, and there's an X up there. But if you find those, it's time to turn around and go the other way.
Do not linger.
No, because that is a place where they eat and where they feed. And we're tracking, these predators don't expect us to be out in this area. But we do it from time to time to let them know that we will come out even at night time. And if you're out there and if you're in our area, we will deter you.
You want to make sure that you don't develop any patterns that they can identify of when you go.
Now that is wedged in there. You couldn't even hardly, you couldn't pull it out. You could hang on it. Well, that's what they use it. I don't want to hang on it. Literally, they would put you up there and hang you up there if they caught you out there alone. And they know if you're lost or not. If you're going on a straight area and you know where you're going, they notice that too. But if you're going this way and you're going this way, they know you're lost.
They're not reading your mind, they're reading your body language.
Yeah, body language. And if you're crossing fences and then you cross it again and you just seem like you don't know where you're going, they know you're lost. And you're going to get rocks, you're going to get whoops, you're going to get tree knocks, you're going to get grunts, because they're going to start herding you into where the tree.
And there's never just one.
Never just one. And that needs to be taken down. And if we can get a chance to get up there and break that up, or at least shoot it and shoot it in half, just to let them know you're not going to be hanging anything
Take
around
a
here.
chainsaw and cut it.
Yeah, whatever. And it was up pretty good above us. So we would have to get up there and get that down and get that out of there. But it is so wedged in there perfectly. It was pushed up against the other tree and pushed down, and the edge was sharpened like a spear. So just sticking meat on there or hanging it over. And that's all. You'll find those at slaughterhouses. That's a term for where these predators hang meat and feast. And sometimes you'll find clothes in that area. But we was on this track and we knew these things were around. This is a wet urination
Patch.
or area here. That's how recent these things were. And we know that when we're walking through, they know who we are. They know that, and I'm not saying they know who we are. I'm saying we've been in this area multiple times. We haven't been this far, but they know us from seeing us in this area multiple times. And we do shoot at blinds, we do shoot at shadows, because we know the area. I grew up in that area, so I know the nearest house is 10 miles that way, or we know when we shoot, we just don't shoot. We know where everything is before we shoot. But these predators also know that we are quick to pull the trigger if anything does pop up.
It's them.
Yeah. And of course, you're going to find the X's. And also in the Predator Bigfoot book, we talk about the X's and these structures.
Means keep out.
It's a predator area, and you'll find another one and another one. They have their own area. They sometimes abide by those rules, but if game goes through there, they will cross and sometimes cause problems for the other ones. Here is another pull down that we're going to be coming up on. And this is what we're talking about. Now, this is more elaborate and thicker.
A lot of you will find these in your own yard. And they're most often going to be where if you were to step behind them, they're going to be looking at your main areas, your entrance, where you park, your mailbox, your wood piles, bus stop, any well house, propane tank, anywhere that you go to often that they need to keep an eye, or that they believe they need to keep an eye on. That's where you're going to see the pull downs, where they're aiming those areas.
When you find these, if you find these in the forest, turn around and go back the other way. You're going into a hunting area. Now, in this area, we're going to show you in just a minute, because we had to cross the pasture area, because people do haul hay around here in all these areas. So pasture areas are places where you're going to find these blinds, but they're going to be just
at the outskirts.
Yeah. I mean, where that tree line is, it's going to be inside just a little bit. And if you've seen some of our videos or read the book, we talk about the 50-foot no disturbance
50 yard.
line, or
50 yard.
from the house, 50-yard no disturbance line. They want everything to look normal around your home. So, but you have to go in 50 yards, and you're going to find all of this that's going on.
And more often than not, now it's not even that far in.
Yeah, they've moved in closer. And if you don't know what you're looking for, I can guarantee it's in your tree right outside your, 10 foot from your door, probably. This is what you're looking for out there.
You'll see these behind dumpsters in town.
And these are predator blinds that they use to hunt. Not a good place to be. Also, you're going to find markers out there. These markers will lead you right to water. It'll lead you right to the crossing area. Now, this marker was right at the river and right where everyone crosses and right where everyone does their fishing. So that one line that's laying down, there's your river, and that's where you cross right there. And it's pointed directly at the river. The river is probably, about 20 foot from that marker? Mm-hmm. And so you will find watermarks and things like that. Also, if you find a tree that's laying, or a limb, or a tree or a branch that's laid over a fence, the point up points to the safe travel, and the bottom points for the water. And you will find ponds and lakes in that area if you follow that mark.
And if you're driving down the road and you see that, look on the opposite side, and you'll see, more often than not, you'll see that it's their pathway through, like their safe travel area through. You'll see the same thing on the other side.
Also, when you're coming up to any large opening, we're crossing the pasture here, but if you come up into like a highline wire or highline, where the highlines are, it's an open area. Pipelines and things like that. Get across that as fast as you can, because you're exposed there. They can see all the way down through there, and they see things that go across, and they're watching. They all have their sections. They're all watching.
Easy prey. In the daytime, we would call that a shiner.
So get across that as fast as you can. Now, this is a little different because we were doing filming for the other channel. So things are a little different the way we're doing it. Normally, we wouldn't have big bright lights. We would have, the big spotlights, but we use our dim so that we don't cause that much of a disturbance. Aiming low. So if you're across those areas, especially at nighttime, you want your light pointed down just to where you can see it. You don't want to be flashing around and showing a lot of where you're at, because you're just showing that every predator in that area that you're there. Normally we would have went like this and just followed because we know the area. But again, they were recording for their YouTube channel about these predator areas and documenting. So things are a little different, and we're glad that they asked us to go with them because we know this area, and we were able to give them support that normally you won't have out there. Get the local people to help you, get the information, map it out before you do anything. So here we are, and you can see me and Lead Tracker E, we're far ahead because we're moving. We're trying to get across that as quick as possible.
Over that field.
Across that field. We want to get across that field. But even when you get across the field, the other ones are coming up. but you can already see. Oh, sorry, I should do it. You can already see that right where we're going in is the known fishing area for the locals. You have to go into the woodline a little bit, and there's a big river there, and just up the stream a little bit, up the river a little bit, is places like a little landing where people put in canoes and small boats, flat bottoms. So even arriving and getting close to here, to the other side, right where we're at, you can see the pull downs, and these are used to watch that entire pasture, and also when people are coming to that water hole area. We are going single file through here. We do have the staggered formation, which is one up and one to the side. Next one will be in the middle, and next one will be on this side, kind of zigzagging so you can cover more area, especially in the search that you're looking for. But we're walking in a single file line and staying tight together.
As much as possible, we try to walk in the person ahead of us in their footsteps.
Yeah.
Even at the same pace, so that it just sounds like one
person
set of feet
or less.
And yeah,
and you can stay quieter
and
that way.
And that way too, the snakes have already moved out of the way. It makes less noise. It was very dry and crunchy this time. Last time was swampy practically out there. This time it was very difficult not to make noise. So that if you can step where somebody else has already stepped, you'll be quieter.
And that's something we talk about in the tracking course, to follow your lead or your point man. They've already scouted, they've already looked, they know the safest way. And if you're not following your lead or your point man, our point man, we make sure we go around obstacles,
spider webs,
and spider webs. But if you're not going to follow that point man, you're going to run into a spider web and have spiders all over your face. But that also lets the predators know someone has came through here. That spider web is knocked down. That person is this tall, that wide.
Or deer or whatever the prey may be.
Yeah.
They just know something's gone through there.
And that spider web will give you away. That's why we teach, don't go slow enough so you don't hit those spider webs. Go around them, don't disturb them, and don't give your presence away.
Now, in this instance, that night, there were so many spider webs in one area that we just ended up getting a stick and rolling them up like cotton candy to get them out of the way.
And there are giant spiders everywhere, so be careful with that. We're not talking about little ones or even hand size. We're talking, there are some big spiders out there, so know your area. And that one I just wanted to show because we had our tracker shirts on, and when we get a chance, all of our trackers will have the same uniforms when we go out. We're all going to be looking the same because we want to know that we're all together. I do like this photo too. I don't know how it happened, but also when we're out in the field, I just feel I don't feel nervous at all, even though I know predators are around us. I know what could possibly happen, but I'm never nervous out there. But I do like this photo. I don't know how it happened, but there is a light on me. I think you can see it on that one, but I like that while we was tracking. And we're looking for everything. We're looking for any sign of predator in the areas. Here is a sign that everyone should know, but a lot of people will just blow this off and not give it a second thought.
Turtle shells. See how it's poked right through the top? They just want that gushy stuff. Get that out of there. They love turtles.
Love turtles. They'll pop that top and just use their fingers, get it out. Not fingers, their claws, paws. and suck it out. They do small animals that way also.
They'll squish it flat and
It's
suck out the soft tissues. It's disgusting, but it's what they do.
And so Lee Tracker E found this, and we kept following this trail. We do know where we're going, but we're looking for everything, every oddity, and even that turtle, that poke toe in the top, is an oddity in this area. We have found turtle shells before, but when you find them busted up like that, that's not a raccoon doing that.
7 foot.
7 foot possum.
It's not a 7 foot possum.
Let's see if this is a good print or not. It's not the best one. It's not the best print, so we're not going to dwell on that one. So we're also going a little further. We're actually coming out of that thick area, and we're going back north. No, back south. This used to be a swampy area. Some of the people that we know in this area, they are clearing land. Everybody's doing their hay hauling right now. It's happening all in this area. This is known for hay hauling areas. So what we're about to come up on again is the bows. Now again, bows are not normal. Trees don't bow, and trees don't grow back to the ground. Just like this one above us or behind us, that's not normal. Trees grow vertical. They don't grow back to the ground. Oh, thank you. So here we are looking at this one. This is a bow out there.
The property owner has just begun to clear that patch of land, and so you see now they're marking their borderline right there.
Right where he had cleared that, there's the bow. So
if he clears that, they're going to put one behind that.
Yep, they'll keep doing it.
They'll also advance the opposite way. They'll do it deeper in and do them closer and closer as long as they can get away with it, to get up as close to your homes as possible.
Now we're following this track, and I want to show this real quick video. I think it's only about a minute or two. It's real quick, but this is when I start using the night vision, because we got a bow that's right there in front of us,
right next to where his equipment was.
And so I'm going to show this real quick video. It's only about a minute.
We sent that property owner a book today. We gave them a book today.
We gave them a book and a DVD.
Yeah.
And
we want them to stay safe because they're in the thick of it.
We've given more books and more DVDs away
than we've sold, I think.
And yeah, more than we've sold. But we just want people safe out there. And just read the book. Just look at the DVD. We show you what you need to know and what to look for in your area. But also in the DVD, it does show Bigfoot. It's actually got a Bigfoot in a tree that's moving. You can see it. A lot of people haven't seen Bigfoots, but we have multiple in the DVD. But we're at this area right now where the bow is. To the naked eye, you don't see too much out there. You see the bow. But also when I'm using that night vision, I'm catching shadows. I'm catching I can see that those shadows shouldn't be behind that tree. I mean, off to the side. That's just kind of like that. So let me show you this video real fast. Oh, just like this one also.
Like this sort of situation, right?
Yeah, just like that. And they will use the dark colors to blend in and look just like a shadow. And I'm not sure what page it is, but if you got the book, you know shadow language and how we describe it and what to look for.
Page 107 of the book.
Page 107, shadow language.
Shall I read the first paragraph
Uh,
real quick?
Let me show the video first.
Okay.
Actually, no, go ahead and read first. Then we'll show it.
Shadow language, page 107. Starting on page 107, we'll just read a little bit of it. It's several pages. Shadow language is the ability to read shadows, to identify and separate shadow upon shadow. When you see a darker than dark or blacker than black shadow, search to find the true look of the shadow caused by the sun and vegetation or darkness, and to be able to distinguish whether there is a darker shadow or more than one shadow within that darkness or discoloration. With practice, your eyes will soon be able to separate the layers. When using shadow language, we also look for twitches and movements of hair, as hair and leaves move in different manners. Leaves from trees wave generally up and down, but hair twitches left, right, up, and down in the wind. No matter how minimally, you can still see the difference between the way hair and the way a leaf moves in the wind. And there's several more pages.
Okay, so we're going to show this video real fast. And this is this area that we're looking at. Behind those bows, you're always going to find a predator. It's going to be hiding behind the left or the right of it. But if you don't see it, it's going to be right in the middle, just waiting for you to come that way. But there's also things that you don't see with your naked eye. And we're going to show that to you right now. It's just about a minute and a half. Oh, it says I got too many files. Well, I was going to blow those shadows up. I'd like to blow those shadows up.
Yeah.
But I'm not able to get them up right now. But we do have a couple more pictures we want to show you. So there was orbs.
Eyes.
Eye shine. Those shadows, they actually had eye shine with those shadows. But I'll have to delete a couple. Maybe I can delete a couple things real fast.
Graybeard says, yep, he saw them.
Good. And I love having trained trackers with the eyes to see.
Cube says that his area used to have a lot of turtles. They're all gone now. The Bigfoot hunting area close by. Shade is here.
Hey, all right, Shane.
He says, good evening, all. Just winding down. Great show to close out the evening. Good vibes. Thanks. Always great. Thank you, Shade. Jazzy's here.
Jazzy.
And
What time is
and
it?
Holly.
Okay. I want Jazzy up watching the show while Mom's asleep.
Mary's here.
Oh, all right.
She says, now I know what the wet urination patches are in my backyard.
Yeah.
Made sense. Didn't make sense until now.
No.
Yeah. Mary is the one that the game ranger said had a 7-foot possum looking in her daughter's window.
I wish we had that print she sent in, but I shouldn't have. Okay, well, let's take a quick second because Lee Tracker wants to say hello to everybody real fast.
Well, I'm done. You want, but I can find that picture of the footprint at Mary's real quick. The walking wall.
Okay, we're going to catch up real fast with everybody, and then we'll finish. Not stars. Mary, right there. Oh, that's what she's talking about. Not more 7-foot possums. Yeah.
Right. Right.
We were just talking about that. Everybody's saying hello to you. Jennifer. And Jennifer, she does have some activity over there.
She sure does, and she's
got some of the best photos already.
She sure does, and she has caught on so quickly.
Yeah, she's ahead of a lot of researchers that are out there and who call themselves researchers. She's caught up past.
This is what made the 7-foot possum print at Mary's.
That's a 7-foot possum print.
This is why we're telling you, do not trust the game rangers and the authorities. There may be one or two nice ones out there, but most of them that are in control are for one reason or another, giving cover excuses like 7-foot possum.
Or it was a dog attack or
bear attack.
I think Mary even had a loved one tell her it was a cat that growled like a 20,000-pound bear. She says, "Yep, car eye shine, size of Coke cans," and people tried to say it was raccoons.
Yeah, and you say size of Coke cans. That's exactly how. That's a perfect description. That's exactly how War Chief described the one that he caught on a fishing hook.
Yeah. Hey, fireworks! All right. Lyrical Jazzy. No, you weren't late. This was kind of we just got everything.
Impromptu, just spur of the moment.
We got everything together, and we said, well, we got everything together. Let's show them before we have our meeting tomorrow.
Night Star says, great illustrations. Thank you.
Where's she at?
Just above Jazzy.
Oh, okay. Everybody's saying hello to Lyrical Jazzy and Holly and Nico.
DJ Tyler's here again.
Hello, Nico. You're probably asleep, but if you get to see this,
you might see it tomorrow.
DJ Tyler Radio. All right. Oh, Lyrical Jazzy says thank you for the circles. I appreciate it.
Good.
And if y'all have circles and everything on your photos, send them in. We don't care. We appreciate the pinpointing that everybody does.
Harpin Blues says, this is absolutely wonderful information. Thank you. Good.
What is this one? Lurch?
Lurch, what?
I don't know.
Where are you?
Oh, maybe that tall.
Oh.
Hey,
I thought you were saying we had somebody in here named Lurch. I
Oh,
was going to say, that's a new name.
JR is here. He said he just got on.
Hey, JR.
Good. Everybody's saying hello to you. Quite a few here just to show you. Everybody's saying hi to DJ Tyler Radio. Night Star says the Predators are free. They sure
Absolutely.
are. You just can't see two of the same ones. They're just so.
And it's mind-boggling that people will say that these freaks standing in blinds watching their children are just curious. It's just the stupidest thing I ever heard.
Whoa, those people who don't know are giving advice out there.
Which reminds us, these festivals, it's time for all the Bigfoot festivals to start up again. The camping season will start up again. We know that there's one in the CASHAPP area, just learned this today, coming up of Louisiana. And this is what we were told, that the women from the Historical Society are really pushing to get the kids out there into the woods to see if they can, yes, to see if they can get track down a new cryptid. When just a month ago, there were some high school students that were out there that had red eye shine. They were going to camp out there, and they became so terrified by the noises and the events that happened that they called the police. How many high school students that call the police?
Out
really?
To their campsite.
They were so scared they called them to come get them out of there because of this out there. And so then you have these fools pushing because they want money. They want to bring people to the area, and that's great. Come up with something else other than pushing these kids out there and making them Bigfoot bait. It's disgusting. Teaching kids, having Bigfoot whooping contests,
and then they go home.
That kind of whooping.
Then they go home and start
teaching the little kids to do that out there in the woods, Bigfoot calls and things like that. It's disgusting, and you will be responsible for it. And that blood is on your hands when those kids disappear, those people disappear, and the blood will be on your hands and on your conscience if you're using people for bait out there, or if you're squelching the information because you want to make money off of taking people out on tours and tracks. It's disgusting, and there's no excuse for it, and it just gets my blood boiling.
And we've known people to use women to attract
on their cycles,
things.
Yeah, or to get them to urinate out there on purpose, different things to become Bigfoot bait, and it's evil.
That was actually that Todd guy. I remember seeing him trying to get the female to urinate.
Todd Standing.
Like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Christian is here.
Hey, Christian, how you doing?
All right. Everybody's saying hello to you, Christian. JR, you are correct. That is a meat pole. The horizontal pole sure is. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Now you need a tree climber harness to get that horizontal down. It's up there pretty good. Hey, Cubinator. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Q.
Man, that's awesome. Look at Night Stars throwing up the hearts going on. Oh, and this is where Mary was talking about the urination patches. Good job. Oh, look at Lyrical Jazzy helping out. Thank you so much.
She is a great moderator.
She's a great moderator. And thank you for doing that. Everything is appreciated, and we use every cent of it to help somebody or to get to where we need to get. Or
sometimes back home.
Yeah, sometimes we needed to get back home. And we was talking just the other day is that the work that we do, the pushing the back, even the mowing the lawn, the cutting the trees, we do that for free. But we just need to make sure we got gas to get there and get back. We don't mind doing the work. needs to be done. And
That doesn't mean we want to be anybody's landscapers or
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
like that.
But-
But you know, in the circumstances where people need help, we certainly
yeah, we
do
will
our best
help you,
to help.
and we
And
don't
we'll be
charge.
doing some of that this week. And that person is so sweet that they
Yeah.
said they pay us, and we're like, no, they need to put that money into lighting and
game cams and things
yeah,
like that.
any money that they have into exactly deterrent game cams. We're not trying to catch the predators. We're trying to deter them.
If you do get them on a game cam, great. But we use them to deter because they see that light and
They don't like it.
they don't want to be seen in it, so they'll go around it. So that we just use them to deter. This is where Shay Viking was talking about getting it all winded down. Great show to close out the evening. Good vibes. Thanks. Always great.
We were wondering about you earlier. We were hoping you'd show up, Shade.
Yeah, we asked about you. Lyrical Jazzy says, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much.
Yes, here and on the Lead Tracker E channel.
Great advice. Oh,
Thank you, Shade.
Thank you, Shade. Everybody's saying hello to Lyrical Jazzy. He said there used to be turtles there. Yeah.
That's what, Shade's saying, wow, about the turtles, I believe. Yeah.
Night Stars, Lyrical Jazzy wants to know what color your eyes are. Denim blue, she
Denim
said. That's good. All right. Lyrical Jazzy.
That's a good description.
Yeah. Good. I just loaded those photos while we're doing this, so we're going to zoom in just a little bit on those dark shadows, and we should be able to see more.
Hey, Katie C.
We went up. Oh,
Sorry.
we went up to, and you're going to see in just a minute, to this known predator blind, and we bypassed it because we did not want to. We needed to keep going, but we did take pictures of all that. And even though you hear in the video where the other tracker said, hey, that's a predator blind, we're like, yeah, let's keep going this way. Because it's a big one and we don't need to be.
It was a big one.
in
I would
that
like to
nest.
go look at that one in the daytime.
Yeah. But we had to keep moving. We did not.
That was
we did
right
get
next to the
photos.
river as well.
Yeah. And you'll see there were some things in there in just a moment.
Graybeard saw them in the shadows. He's talking about the shadows. Katie, how you doing?
Katie C.
Great to see you too.
Seal? Yeah.
Seal.
Good to see you, Katie, again. Everybody saying hello to you. Truth Walker says, so we're having tracking tomorrow night.
Yes.
Yeah, it's in your email also.
Thank you to one of the other tracker numbers. We were able to get the StreamYard backup that would large enough to be able to fit all the tracker team in. We didn't want to have one unless all the members could, the free StreamYard only allows so many people in the room. So the next step up is what we just had trouble meeting this month, but thanks to one of the team members.
Should we say who?
I don't know. I guess not.
Okay. But we want to thank you again for helping us out with that. So now we're back up and running with the stream. So thank you. We don't know if you want to be recognized or not.
So now we can
who the
whole team in.
You know who you are.
So yes, team meeting tomorrow night.
Team meeting tomorrow night. And it's in your email, so everyone check your emails, trackers. Cuban says, yeah, I get a lot of that lead tracker Yowie. You just, oh my goodness.
It's frustrating.
And that's all those people have the same information and they're behind that wall. We're all
Stalled
up here.
Out.
They're all back there still saying, go feed them. Go mate with them. Yeah.
Did you say go mate with them?
Basically, yeah.
Well, when he says that, it's because the predator Bigfoot, when you're doing gifting, that's like a mating ritual.
Yeah.
That's a part of the grooming and the dating period.
Yeah.
It's a foolish thing.
And Graybeard says, do you think there will be a time when the cryptids are no longer afraid or held back and they will be free to feed? Yes, they do.
They do it now when they're given legal rights, but en masse, they will be part of the great and terrible day of the Lord that when the restrainer is lifted. Yeah. Yes.
And if people give them permission before, they will take people before.
Night Star says, I got to pass
Oh.
out, guys. I love y'all. It's midnight here and I have to work tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thank you. We appreciate it. And hopefully you can catch up on the rest tomorrow.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is pretty late.
It is. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Bernard says, sent an email, Ella, possible sighting inside old home. Okay, Bernard.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Thank you. And thank you. I'm terrible about checking email, so I'll check it. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah.
I forget I even have one, really.
Just as, yeah, curious about how you taste.
Exactly.
They are. They are. And they will smell your vents. They'll come up to your cooking vents and smell your cooking vents. They will
Yeah.
go to your bathroom vents. They will smell that.
We recommend like putting after you've cooked, or like don't leave your grill out there nasty. Be sure you clean it up. They hate the smell of bleach, so maybe you want to put a bleach rag by your vent. Bring the grill part in,
Mm-hmm.
the rack, bring it in the house. Don't leave that out there at night. They'll be licking that.
Oh, this is awful.
Mary says also on TV they're telling parents to take their children into the forest.
Wow.
Yeah. In which we want people to enjoy nature, but learn these things so that you don't pitch your tent under a bow, so that your kids don't go turn a Bigfoot blind into their fort.
In Brookable, if you watched our track there, right where a camping picnic area, there was the biggest blind and bow bent over right next to the camping area and right next to the table.
Cube says, about the size of it, Night Stars, the idiocy of some people is staggering. I block them now, no longer have tolerance for this idiocy. I think I've heard Cube say idiot or idiocy in some form or another about 20 times today. I think today's been a frustrating day for Cube.
Yeah, it gets frustrating too.
Shade, thank you so much.
Shade, thank
He
you
says,
so much.
okay, well, here's towards the gas fund, and thank you.
Yeah,
Shade.
we was getting. Yeah, okay, but we still thank God for everything.
Oh yeah. Well, he always provides, and
at least
through the kind people that we know.
that too, yeah. But there's always something.
Here's a new name, First Kind One.
First Kind One.
Cool live stream. Thank you. Glad you're here.
Glad you're here. Everybody's thanking Shade and Mary.
Mary says, I'm glad to know what those wet patches are. They are within 10 to 12 feet from my back door. I see them in the morning when I go outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe pour some bleach on them.
Yeah, or even around the fence line. And any of those blinds or pull down areas. Oh, let me get that last one. Oh, everybody's saying hello again. Let me see if I can blow these dark patches up real fast. Nope.
That's really dark.
Little bit. You have to let your eyes unadjust, but there's about three faces right there at the bottom. They're stacked up.
Some of y'all have better pixelation than we do.
Like
there's easier to see
in between the trees, and then there's another one, and then there's one at the bottom. Let me see if I can get it a little bit bigger. But these are the dark shadows, and every time I blow them up, you just distort. So, but
visually with the eyes, we were seeing it out there.
Yeah, and with the not visual.
It's another reason you don't want to sit staring at your campfire. Let everybody else sit and stare at the campfire if they must, but you turn and face the woods and watch the woods. Don't blind yourself staring at a campfire.
Or lights.
If you even have to be out there at night. Well, we get it. It's, we get that it's an enjoyable thing and a fun thing, but have people who watch, that's their only duty is to watch the woodlines.
Mm-hmm. And so we ended right here at the bow, and we're starting to move up. Now this tree was laid down, and these, like we said, those the branches that are sticking out, those are sharpened. kind of like this, but
Okay.
it's the ones that's attached to the tree, the little branches. Those are picked off and sharpened. So when something hits that, if you was to hit this at nighttime, if they ran you through there, you would have been stuck to that tree like Todd Standing was.
Yep.
He got impaled with this same thing in his leg. So as we're tracking, we found where some birds had been stationed in the trees, because you could tell there was a whole bunch of bird droppings. Found feathers in there, not many, but so lead tracker E is, having us go a little bit further, and this is where we run up on. This is where we run up on the blind. It's this blind here. If you look right in the middle, you're gonna see a face kind of looking like this. There's one at the bottom and there's one at the side. I'm sure there was more, but this is just what we caught. Right there in the very center, on top of each other, there's one or two faces there, and one big one at the bottom. See if we can get that a little bit better.
And it's important that you look low, which is baseline, start at the ground, but also look all the way up into the trees too. They may be down very low. They may be in almost like a trapdoor spider. They may be in some kind of a hole, or just laying flat to do the spider crawl type thing. Or they may be perched up high in the tree to pounce.
And don't forget, if one engages, everybody engages.
Have a plan for that so that you're not shooting each other in crossfire, because they will even try to cause that situation.
Yep, they will get in between y'all to try to get you to shoot each other. So also now, this was not taken from this area, but as we're going up a little bit further, we're checking the rivers or the creek ways. Of course, we have the bridges, and that's what we call them, bridges. Animals use these to cross over.
And humans.
And humans. If you watch the movie Predator, when Sonny, the guy Sonny, or I can't think of his name, maybe his name was Sonny, or maybe that's his real name.
The native man.
In the movie Predator, when he walks right up on that big bridge, as everyone knows, well, if you've been with the channel, you know that there's a predator on that side, there's a predator on that side, and some of them will come up underneath, and there's going to be some down below in that ravine, so if they get knocked off, they get them. So you're completely circled. Same way with animals. If that river was there, it's dry now, but that's right across the river. Animals, small animals will take that, shot across. There's a predator over here, there's a predator over here. They're just waiting for that food to make their way across that bridge.
And the root end of the tree, it already causes a hole as it is, but they will dig it out even further. And we've got a pretty a several minute video of, and we call those embankment blinds, and we have a good video of that in our DVD. But here's a closer up example of what an embankment blind would, which way am I going? Of what an embankment blind would look like. And
The roots
we've
of those
seen them
trees.
under docks, dug in so that they could see the people walking up at a public swimming area and
People fish.
like a recreation area. And that's where we actually found a giant hook for snatching prey up under the water, and that would get blamed on an alligator.
And don't think that wood laying there that looks like a hook is naturally supposed to be there. Look at the wood that's laid around, the spikes, the things that you wouldn't use naturally, but it still looks natural.
Mm-hmm.
That's the trick. So with that eagle feather that was found. Our friend,
Jose,
our friend Jose, he's always got
going home with some kind of souvenir.
with some kind of souvenir. Last time he had a big spike, looked like like our other weapons over here. But it was just a pointed, sharp spike, and he took that home last time. Tanya wanted to take one home also, but that one was about,
Yeah,
and we're like, we can't carry that big thing. And the
Clubs,
big
they use
long, and that was
clubs.
for a big predator. That club was so big, it was probably half the size of this room.
and some of those, what you think are just broken tree breaks or broken off sticks in the ground, wiggle those, because a lot of times they're just stuck there, and you'll find that they're sharpened on. I'll go grab them real quick.
They're right there on top of it.
Where? I don't. Oh no. Okay. I had another one in mind.
Oh, you're gonna find if you pull these up out of the ground, you're gonna find these, and if this would go through anybody, this thing is so hard and pointed, and you can see where they chip this into a point, and this point right here, this will go into anybody. This thing is so sharp, and it still is, even though the tip has been broken a little bit. This right here, if you fall on this or slide on this, it's going inside you. The lead tracker, he just handed me another one. And this was in the water, near the water, and we just wiggled it and pulled it up. But if you look at the tip, this has been chipped, and it's a perfect stabbing spear tip. And this thing is actually, you can stab anything with it, and you can see the chipping of how they chip.
But you would pass by that so easily and not even realize that's what it was.
It looks so natural. Now this is also is a club. These spikes are, these things are sharp. And this was in a blind, and this is a small one compared to the one that Tanya was wanting to take. And we said, we can't carry that big thing. But these things, and they look so natural, but they're put right in the perfect place. Or they got blinds on them. This was also found behind one of the trees that we talk about. Oops, dropping stuff. But if you was to land on this also, you would impale, and this was put there past that wood where an animal would have to jump over it. And if they was to jump over it and land on this, they would be impaled, they would be wounded, it would leave a blood scent, and they would be able to track whatever hit. It's even too dangerous to even mess with, really. Even here at the house, we have to make sure we know where these things are, because you don't want to fall on anything like this anywhere. Now, this is also what we're talking about around the waterways.
And if you feel these have all hardened. They're not dry, weak wood.
Yeah, this is not weak wood. Now, this is broke off. Getting it to transport here. But this is what we're talking about, these natural things that you're going to see, and it has a spike up there. But this was right next to where people fish at night. And all they do is wrap your leg around it and pull you in. You're going to leave those, you're going to leave that claw mark, and people are going to say, well, an alligator must have pulled him in. Even if there's not alligators, they will still say that. But all they do is grab you and pull you in to make it look like something else did.
And tell them about the one the huge one of this that Tracker M found.
Oh, another Tracker M, found one exactly like that in Mississippi, but that one was probably about 20 foot tall,
Oh yeah.
and it was used for big fish and people. This is one of the dropping pops that we're talking about. This was behind our vehicle. And if we would have ran over this, and it is bone, but it was put behind our tire. And if you run over this, your tire is going to pop. So, especially on those dirt roads and isolated areas, those back roads, be very careful because these will be in the road. And what we call the dropping pop is because they'll have a big stone and they'll have a sharp stone. And you'll see that sharp stone is put there on purpose. And when that tire rolls up on a big hill, on a big rock, it goes like that.
Another way to do it is in the mud puddles.
Yeah, mud puddles.
Like these ATV trails, and people love to go mudding. They'll even dig those holes deeper and put the spikes and things in those.
And also they'll dig out those ruts so that when your car hits it, you drop right down into that water and you're stuck. So look for those things.
Pay especially close attention around any sort of curves, any kind of blind spots, both in the ravines and the creeks, and also on the trails. You'll find so often that blinds are right there at those curves or just after those curves.
So now we're tracking just a little bit further, and some people, those other people, the other channels, they may say you don't have to worry about these things, but those people haven't been face to face. Those people haven't seen these things. They don't know the power of these things. They don't know the hunger of these things.
And some of them are frankly just being groomed.
Yeah.
Look, they can go for years just like a human predator will. They can groom you for years. Your food in the pantry, you're going to bring them a bag of something every week or something like that, but you're eventually going to be the food yourself.
And even a cat. A cat is a predator.
Your children or the people that come after you.
If you feed that cat's going to be the nicest cat. It's going to lay around. It's going to purr. It's going to rub up on you. But if you quit feeding that cat, it's going to find something to kill, something to eat. And if you happen to pass away, that cat will still eat humans. So if you're feeding a predator, it's not going to lose that food. It wants you to feed it. But once you stop, and many people have tried this, that it's either going to eat you, they're going to move away, or what's the other one?
A lot of people will create a problem
for another person
because they've been taught wrong, and then it gets out of control for them. Now they're demanding more and more food. They're bringing more of them, and pretty soon they can't even keep up with the amount of food that the things need. And then they move away because they can't handle the stress of it anymore. But they don't tell the people that are with the property next the danger that's there, and that blood's also on their hands, And there are disreputable people that will sell the same or rent the same property over and over, and it's okay with them if the people just if they disappear, they get all the stuff. If they abandon the place, they get all the stuff that was left behind. It's to their advantage. There's people out there that are just that wicked.
You must have it on something else. So we're going to continue our track, and now we're coming up on a ravine area. Definitely an ambush area. You're not going to climb that wall. You have to go to the side and go around it and come back up.
We've even seen when they dig out the embankments that they'll throw the mud, the slick mud up on the sides so that the prey can't get out. It makes it too slippery, too hard to get out.
And you'll
We
bog
look like
you
we were
down.
just doing a little There should be. I was going to say there should be something to go off on the.
We was racing, dog paddle. We were racing. But in these areas, like you can't climb this.
No way.
Right here, you see us. We're starting to move off to the other side, so we can get around this. But I don't know if you can see this, but we have some eye shine right there in that crevice, in that dark spot, that little spot. There's something laying right there. Hopefully you can see the eyes right there. Let your eyes adjust right there, about medium ways. But there's a darker spot behind it, but there's a smaller one that's looking just around that little crevice. Hopefully you can see the eye shine or the eyes right there. So we knew that they were there, but again, I should have had my IR light fully charged and ready. But then again, once you're in certain situations, I don't want to even.
Let them know that we know they're there.
I just want to focus on getting us out safe, and let's just document what we need to, and we'll be safe. Also, in this same photo area, let me see if I blew this up. I'm not sure if I blew it up or not. Okay, yeah. So right here, right now, we're looking at that tree that's off to the right. Now, that tree should not have a shadow arm. It should be just a straight tree, and you should be able to see the entire tree. But if you look, you're going to see halfway through, there's a dark shadow in front of that tree. And if you look to the right of it, you're going to see some eyes. Let's see if we can. This is the far distance. But if you can see, there's a shadow in front of that tree, like an arm shadow. Now we're going to blow it up just a little bit more. Oh, right here.
And it says little white eyes. I see two at least. Shadow language sees all.
Yeah. So there is something right there also. There is a couple in this area that, and right there, that shadow that's in front of the tree, it looks like an arm wrapped around it. And then off to the side, there's something right there also. So now we're making our way because we documented, we got all the blinds, the bows, the tracks, the activity. Now, we didn't get any howls. We didn't get any coyote calls or anything like that.
Very quiet.
It was a very quiet night. And I always say the only reason it was like that is because they knew that we were from that area. They know that we shoot all the time. We shoot at crows, we shoot at shadows, but of course, again, we know where our neighbors are. We know who's supposed to be out there. We don't just shoot. We're not careless shooters. We're not careless. We know what we're doing. So we start making it out of the wood line. But here again, they had knocked a tree over the fence, and this creates a pathway for game, for deers and things to come running through there. And then there's traps on both sides. Let me see if I can blow that up. Off to the left on that far tree, I'm going to blow that up. It's too hard to see with this. And I'm even looking at the big screen. But there's two dark shadows right there. Those are trees to the left of them, but those shadows are dark right there. I can see the eye shine, and pointed ears, but it needs to be done better. And of course, every tracker knows, not everyone knows, but every tracker knows not to break the spider webs.
If you can avoid it.
If you can avoid it, walk slow enough. Don't break those spider webs. It gives you away. It lets them know you've been through there.
When we're tracking by ourselves, we move much more slowly than when we're tracking, like for instance with Jose and Tanya. Just us silently using hand signals and slowly, much slower.
And if we do have to talk, we'll get up close and whisper.
And we will say that, like when you hear Jose, he's got a microphone right there, so it seems loud to the camera, but he's actually talking very quietly.
Yeah. And so, also, what you're going to be catching out there, you're going to see these things. These are flying parasites is what I call them.
Yeah.
Some people call them rods. But these are, to me, they're flying parasites that
just another kind of little predator energy sucker.
Just like a fairy. Just another predator. Oh, I think that's it. So let's get back to the questions, because we wanted to cover this night walk. We don't recommend this for anybody, but if you do have some experienced trackers with you, take our tracker training course if possible. Map your area and stick to the plan. Don't and follow your point man. Your point man has already found the best way, the clearest way, no spider webs. But if you go and want to spread out and see what's over here, you're going to run into either spider webs, or you may even run into a cryptid or even a snake. But your point man has already found that path for you, so follow that point man.
That's another good thing about moving slowly. You give the snakes time to get out of the way. We only have just two more comments that we need to read. Well, good night, Jazzy and Holly.
Okay.
She's already had to go to bed.
Oh, okay. Good night, Holly.
JR towards the bottom there says, and thank you, JR. Yes, it almost said that earlier, and then I got distracted. Thank you. He says, when you've been parked in a predator area, even predator people areas, always inspect every tire for drop-in pops upon your return before driving away. Exactly. Your car is going to be an ambush spot when you park and then you go to pitch your tent and you go back to your car. They know you're going back to your car. So it is a potential ambush spot. Also, when you pitch your tent and you go further, say go tubing or whatever you do, exploring, know that they're scoping out your tent. They're casing the place around your tent. They're casing your campsite, and they're getting in position to watch you that evening when you get back.
And we also talk about that in the DVD, the documentary DVD. We show the tent and we talk about exactly what Lead Tracker is saying. Expect that even your car as an ambush area. You go off for a hike, you go to town to go get some hot dogs. When you come back, they've already moved in around your tent because they know you're coming back. Mm-hmm. And if they know you're coming back, you're basically letting them know, hey, I'll be back at 50, just a little bit. Go ahead and set up. And
they're not curious. They're shy and cunning. I mean, they're not curious or shy. They are cunning.
So,
and then Cube says he's found rods in his night pictures along with colored orbs. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you use IR or night vision, you're going to catch orbs and you're going to catch those rods more easy.
I think we're caught up there.
I think we're caught up.
So it's been like 2 hours and 15 minutes. We thank you for joining us with such short notice.
Yeah. And we hope this makes you safer out there. And again, if you find those horizontals like that meat hook there or those blinds, just turn around and go back the other way.
Find a better area.
That's a hunting area. You don't want to be camping in those areas because It's a known eating place.
Also, eat your food and do your cooking separately from where you're going to sleep that night. Go do that in a populated area where a bunch of people are around.
At a
and then
park or something.
Sleep. Have
We
be
say
safe.
don't sleep and eat in the same place.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to wish everyone a good night. We appreciate everyone for
Share this. There was a lot of information dropped in here tonight. And if you want to keep people safer, share this with them. Share this video with them. All the people that you know that are about to hit those trails and get out camping again when the weather starts getting cooler,
going swimming.
let them do it more safely. Once you see the patterns, you will recognize them wherever you go. You learned something here tonight, and you're gonna see it when you go out in the woods next. You're gonna go, oh wow, okay, I see that.
And you
And
can
you
always
teach other
contact
people.
us.
Mm-hmm.
You can always let us know you found these things. We won't give your location or anything like that up, but we can tell you what you need to do next.
Harp and Blues will listen to your recordings, and Bernard will check the message, and we'll get back with y'all.
Oh, there was a video that we we put out from the entire walk. We're gonna play that real fast, and then we're gonna wish everyone a good night.
Should we say a prayer now?
We're gonna go ahead and say a prayer.
We'll go ahead and close in prayer now, but y'all stay for the video.
Yes.
Father, just thank you for this lovely group of people that are just so willing to be open-minded and to learn what you've revealed to us and what we're working so hard to reveal to other people. We thank you. We ask your blessings on everyone as they just go to bed tonight, or in some cases as they go throughout their day. And we just thank you, Lord, for it all. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. So we're going to play that video, and then we're going to close it. We will see the trackers tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Time Zone. Again, that is a private meeting. And also the next tracker training, or the next warrior tracker training course begins August 21st. And if you are interested in that, let us know beforehand, and we will with those
Get our book
three
on Amazon.
qualifications, get the book, because we're going to go over that in class, and we will see everyone again as soon as possible. But trackers, we're going to see you tomorrow.
And we are still doing the alien,
the Bigfoot hybrids, aliens, and the cause.
we just put it off a little because there's more information we want to add.
And we have the tracker meeting tomorrow. Then we got to be at another place to help deter and knock down some things. And then the day after, I think we can.
We'll see. It just depends on how much we get done, but it is still going to happen. We just
that's
pushing
a lot
it out a little
of
further.
Important information, and everyone needs to know that information. No one else has ever shared this much information that we're going to be sharing. Some of that is in the new book, but we're going to share that freely with you on Thursday, maybe Friday, but it's set for Thursday. But we got to see how we feel after working all day in the heat.
Yeah, it's still pretty hot.
Yeah. So here's that video of the entire track, and we will see you trackers tomorrow evening. Have a great night, warriors.
Good night, warriors.